Hello, first grade. Today we are going to be doing a Check My Progress for Chapter 8. So I need you to make sure that you have your pencil ready to go, and then you have your math book sitting in front of you. You're going to turn to page 587. That's 587. You don't need to rip it out. You don't need to put your name at the top. You just need to turn there. If you need to pause the video until you can find it, go ahead and do that. And then you can unpause when you're ready to move on. Okay, so what we're going to do first is go over some vocabulary. So number one, we're going to have the choice between length and unit. And number one says you can use cubes and paper clips to measure. Each cube or paper clip is one blank. So what do we think? Is it length or unit? It is unit. Not a little bit smaller. There we go. So write the word unit into on your line. And that would mean that number two, you can measure how long an object is, or its blank would be length. So go ahead and write that in. All right. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to get ready to look at some lengths down here. So for number three, it says compare and circle the shorter object. So we're looking at a pencil and a piece of chalk. Which one is shorter? Circle which one is shorter. I'm going to have you do all of these, and then we're going to go back and review. But I want you to put your answer first. Number four, you have two different objects. You have a bike and a skateboard. Which one is shorter? All right, so now let's go back and review. For number three, which object was shorter, the pencil or the chalk? Well, they're lined up together almost to the same point, so I can see that the chalk is much shorter than the pencil, so I'm going to circle that one. And over here for number four, I have a bike and a skateboard. Well, which one is shorter? The skateboard. So those are the objects you should circle. Coming down here to number five, we're going to order the objects by length. So we're going to write one for short, two for shorter, and three for shortest. So what I want you to look at is that this last word says shortest. So we're going to start and actually label them from longest to shortest. So which one is longest? Is it the blue, the yellow, or the pink? Put a number 1 for the longest object. Then put a number 2 under the object that is next, the one that is in between short and long. And finally, put your 3 for the shortest one. So now let's go back to review. Which one is longest, the blue, the yellow, or the pink? The pink one is longest, so we're going to put a number 1 for pink. Then we're going to find the next longest. Well, the blue is next longest, so we're going to put a number 2 for the blue. So write a number 2 on your line. And then finally, the last one is the yellow, so put a number 3 on your line for that one. So your paper should look just like my paper now. When it does, then you can go ahead and turn your paper over. All right. Now at the top here, we are looking at some different objects. And it says order the objects by length. 1 for long, 2 for longer, and 3 for longest. So again, I'm going to underline that important word. And we're going to start with the shorter object because our last one should be the longest. So which one is shortest? Look, which object do you think? Put a 1 for the shortest. Then look and see which one would come next. Which one is next in line? In between short and long. And finally, your number 3 should be which one is longest. All right, so shortest. Well, I think this glue stick definitely looks shortest. So I'm going to put my number 1 right there. Then I think which one will come next? I think these scissors are going to come next. Let's put 2 there. And finally, that would mean that my paintbrush is the longest. So that's where my number 3 goes. All right, now I don't have measuring blocks, and you don't have them at home either right now, first grade. So what we're going to do is we are going to estimate how long this highlighter is. I'm going to do that by drawing about a cube's length underneath so that we can get an idea of how long it is. So let's see, ready? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd say that this highlighter is about 4 cubes long. So let's write that on our line. All right, now we are looking at number 8. And number 8's a word problem, so we're going to get ready to look at some information. So number 8 says, Gia has a box, a globe, and an apple. The box is longer than the globe. The apple is shorter than the globe. Is the apple longer than or shorter than the box? Okay, well, I'm going to draw pictures to help myself. So here we go. Gia has a box, a globe, and an apple. The box is longer than the globe. Okay, so I'm going to draw those two objects. I'm going to draw a globe, which is a round object. And I'm going to draw a box that is longer than the globe. Notice how they're right next to each other in line so that I can compare how long they are. Then it says, the apple is shorter than the globe. Well, here's my globe, so my apple's going to be shorter. I'm going to draw a small apple up top. And now I'm going to be able to answer my question. It says, is the apple longer than or shorter than the box? Well, here's my apple up here and my box down here. So I would say the apple is shorter than the box. So we're going to circle the words shorter than. And number 9, it says, which object is longer than the pencil? So here's our pencil. Which object is longer than that pencil? Not the stapler, not the pen, not the eraser. Those are all shorter. But this paint set is longer than our pencil. All right, first grade, because you did a check my progress today, you do not have any independent work, and I will see you tomorrow for math.